Hello, everyone. Welcome to ESL TV for the EPS Germany Summer 2014 season. We're in the Group B.
Damn!
Well, I came prepared. I was come prepared.
Nailed it.
We're in a Group B, and obviously I wasn't here yesterday. I had a little bit of a headache going on through the entire day. You had Group A. You had the pleasure of doing that one with the glorious pauses that happened.
Them pauses.
Hopefully we're not going to have the same situation this time. Let's actually go ahead and show you Group B really quickly because the game will be starting momentarily. Because we have some good teams here. We have a team who just previously played at G3, mousesports, up as the #1 seed here. MTW or EZO, I guess we should say, as the second team. EZO, that sounds better. Of course, we also have Death Energy and KPV. I'm not even going to try to say their entire name because I don't know German well enough.
Nope.
But I guess we can reminisce a little bit about Group A really quickly before we do transition fully into Group B here. And what was your thoughts on that?
It was a fantastic group all in all. Some really good outstanding performances, a bit of a turn of events. Obviously seeing, I think it was Playing Ducks coming back after the initial loss against Alternate in the first stages, coming back around to turn it and doing some great stuff. We saw some individuals doing really nicely as well. Zonic's outstanding performance from him, especially on Dust 2, which we saw copious amounts of yesterday. I'm kind of looking forward to a little bit more variation in this one. I was kind of expecting Inferno all the time, but it wasn't the case. It was just Dust 2. But all in all, very good group. Obviously, out of Group A, we did have Planet Key Dynamics coming through in first, and then following that, Playing Ducks. So both teams certainly deserving. A little bit surprised Alternate didn't make it through further, but still, the deserving teams got there.
That's one thing I like about the German scene, though, for CS, is that you have so many damn good teams here. I mean, mousesports and Alternate, we saw them always at the pinnacle of German esports within CS. Now you have these other teams coming up, but they can always compete at the highest level. Maybe not, beat NIP, maybe not beat the likes of Fnatic, but they can always be right on that cusp, and that's just really cool to see here. And obviously now, first game we're going to be watching is going to be mousesports up against KPV.
Yep.
And when I asked you about this earlier on, you said one word. And what was that word?
Chris J.
Chris J.
Yeah, he's an absolute monster. And the point you brought up was actually the map we're going to be watching.
Yeah.
And there's a very good point to it as well. You mentioned Fnatic there. They did manage to pick up a map off from Dust 2, so I can imagine teams want to avoid that against mousesports like the Plague. If there's any map you want to ban out where Chris J will be there, it's going to be that one. We saw him, I think, in the last couple of seasons of EPS, especially during, I think it was the winter season, picking up that scout and just going to town. Like there is literally a whole montage of just one map of this guy going to absolute town on the opponent. So, that's a map you don't want to play against.
I guess they made the scout better, within recent patches, making it cheaper, making it do more damage.
You don't want to give that guy a chance with it. Yeah, Chris J in general is quite scary, and he's got a great team behind him. Some fantastic results coming out from G3, as mentioned. And you mentioned this map. It's something that I'm very surprised to be seeing being played.
I mean, having Cash, which is the map that we're going to be actually doing for you today, they beat Virtus Pro on that. 16-9. I mean, Virtus Pro, the winners, spoiler alert, a little too late now, of G3, but beat them on this. And that might show maybe they're just really prepared for Cash. Maybe Virtus Pro wasn't doing so well on it. But either way, they have to be strong in this map here. And I believe we're into the 9th round, so I think we can just drop you into game here just to get a little bit of an idea of what's going on and stop seeing our ugly faces.
Whoa, man, whoa.
My ugly face, her beautiful face.
That's better, that's better. Lie to me, Jason, lie to me.
Dude, every day.
Every day, all day.
Like you said, I mean, mousesports have such a strong lineup. You know all these names. Alu, Legia, Tap, or Legia. I don't even remember which one it is.
I go for Legia. Melly will probably kill us.
Okay.
But yeah, as you were saying.
Tabsing, Chris J, Nookie. I mean, you recognize all of these names here. And on the other side, to be honest, I actually don't recognize too many of them.
Yeah, and the thing that normally that would kind of...
I should turn some sounds off. I didn't know I had music on.
Maybe come back to us for a second while Jason plays around with the settings because the dramatic music was playing. But yeah, you were saying
it was kind of cool.
It was, it got me hyped, man. You got to get that hype going.
Okay, we can drop back in. Get that fixed.
We were just saying about Key, basically. I actually don't know too much about them either myself. I'm looking forward to seeing what they can bring. Certainly a hard opponent in this one. I thought it'd be the better game. A team that I want to look at now after G3, obviously in the form of mousesports, and Key in the fact that I haven't seen enough of them. And also maybe they can challenge here, but it's certainly going to be a hard task coming into this. And how did the 9th round go down then?
It actually was mousesports picking that one up and they decided to stay on CT. So they're actually going for a 4-man stack over at this A side, as we can see, and leaving Tabson alone at B. And this A stack actually might come out to work because Legia is pushing that door, but it will be taken on by Swellow, and they will push straight in towards this A side here momentarily. Odo looking for the kill inside of main. Unfortunately, won't really make much happen. And look at this. 2 men are actually waiting outside of B here, so maybe they're going to rotate around.
Certainly a possibility. Only Tabson would be there, but you can see Chris J is starting to rotate on your mini-map in that top left. He's coming back over towards mid, maybe keeping the options open. And oh, wow. Alu pushing out is going to make it even harder. They're going to find 2. Nookie chimed in with 1, and that's going to really throw things off here for the T side.
And you can see MW trying to rotate back over. They pushed over, just like you said, and caught them completely off guard here. Chris J going to spot out Odo as well in the boost, and we'll take him down. Easy kill for him. As you see, Hit finally does respawn with a little bit of a nice frag there, but Again, it's going to be a 2-on-3 here. Thompson, 14 HP. They have a kit in the form, or at least in the hands of Chris J. And it looks like that push on A site will come in. Smoke's going to be pushed in. And I think even a flash in there as well here. But maybe they're just looking for the bomb plant. You can see one-man doorway. Chris J picked up an easy shot. I believe that was from Truck, if I'm not mistaken. And Nuki responds as well. So a clean round, losing 2 men. And maybe they wouldn't even have lost that much if they didn't get caught off guard by that little bit of a rotate in. But Chris J, onliner confirmed by Legesia.
There we go. We've got proof finally. But no, the one thing I want to point out was the fluidity to mousesports. As soon as Key kind of backed away from A a little, you could see them just happy to kind of test it. You know, they put Nuki a little further forward, Alu as well, and they picked up those 2 kills that really threw the T side off there. And I'd be interested to see if maybe Key does get a little bit more dedicated towards the sites they go to, if they want to keep this kind of quick rotation and maybe just make sure they watch that backside, because they got caught out a little there. But it looks like the smokes, maybe a couple of flashes will be put over towards A, but will they commit? That's the big question for me.
Well, that nade coming in is going to do quite a bit of damage. Also, this nade coming in from Chris J as well, going to connect quite a bit of damage there as he does pick up 1 kill, looking for number 2. And I mean, it's just a whitewash for him. Easy kills, not losing a single man, losing a total of 27 HP in the form of Alu right there. Just well set up. And Key, I mean, they didn't really put too much into it. No. Couple of smokes, couple of flashes, but no pistols.
Yeah, we didn't see any of the CZs, anything like that coming out yet. I think they're happy just to eco this flat out and then start looking towards maybe a little further in. But saying that, we do see a CZ with Scrunk. And I actually really like the CZs now in play. You see that any side against
I hate them so much.
I love them, man. They're beautiful. But any side against them now has to be really careful. You know, you can't ever take these ecoed up teams so lightly because of that gun in play. You know, you mix it up with some head armor and it can do some real damage. But at the moment, it's Nuki and Chris J doing the work, just finding them, keeping them at arm's length. And, well, that's all they need to really do. And I think Key might struggle on this one.
Yeah, at least on this round. Maybe when the gun round comes around, they might do a little bit better. But, I mean, I like the hole that we just saw mousesports do. And they had 2 people middle, 1 towards short, 1 towards CT main, or CT mid. And then they just try to control that middle area. Because typically, at least the way I've been playing this map and of what we've seen, if you hold middle, you pretty much control the game, just like on Mirage as well. And Chris J, well, he will be taken down here by MW. And that does allow him to get 1 gun here with the FAMAS. But, again, he's against 3 people. Legia down to 7 HP, Nuki at 49. But he does have bomb at least in his hand here. He could potentially pull this off.
He's certainly good. Legesia is fairly low, 7 HP. Nuki, a little damage, but Alu still sitting fairly pretty. It'd be a task, to say the very least, but...
Oh, he saw his gun. He saw him.
Ooh, this could be big. He does get the tank towards Alu there, so Alu a little lower. So everyone kind of chipped away, whereas he's sitting fairly pretty. No armor, however, and they've still got, you know, a plethora of flashes, smokes, nades. And Nuki might be the one to get it. 23 seconds. A clock was the biggest issue, and Nuki will find him on that push through mid and secure that 3 clean rounds at the start, which is something very different than what we saw yesterday in Group A. Consistently, we saw teams turning it around very early on with those CZ buy-ups and, you know, a little bit of armor here and there comes into play.
Look what we got right now. We've got Chris J's wielding. Not a scout.
You got to stick on board.
It's still just as pretty. I got to watch to see what he does at this one because he's just renowned for doing so damn well with an AWP here. And right now, it looks like we're going to have a push straight towards the A site coming out of Key again.
So aggressive.
Yeah, and Chris J, well, he misses a shot. Wow, that's very unlike of him. And Asuela will pick up the kill here. So the A site now a little bit weak. They're starting to rotate in from short as well. Alu, nice nade coming in, and they're pushing out a door.
Yeah, surprising aggression from Chris J then. Didn't really pay off, but let's see if the T's can keep this up. They've got that momentum building. Smokes are down. There's still a man in that side. It is Alu, now supported by Legia, but you can see it's all going the way of Mike APV at the moment. And the last man alive is Tabson.
Oh, he's behind him. He spots that 1, gets the kill. Doesn't get the bomb planter, though. But trying to work through main. Nice little bit of a pop flash coming in. We have 1 man towards short.
That nade.
27 health. He doesn't actually buy head armor as well here. So I'm trying to save up a little bit of money. Another pop flash coming in. Won't spot anyone out. And I like how Key are playing this. They're playing it so safe, but not in a hurry to rush this one down here. They're making Thompson come to them. And with his 27 HP, it's going to be pretty much an easy pickup here for Key. Oh, if he got that kill.
If only, but they needed that, and it was well executed. I think we can also kind of chalk it up a little bit to Chris J's over-aggression.
Yeah.
Maybe he played a little slow, but that's Chris J. You know, why am I going to doubt him with that AWP? You know, eventually it will pay off. That's the thing. It may not happen the first time he tries it, but give him another try and he'll probably land these shots. But the thing is that maybe if he played, you know, a little bit more passive, then he could have picked him up. But you know, that's the way the cookie crumbles. First round on the board for Key. They definitely needed it, but Chris J does have that AWP once again, and you've still got to be just as careful.
Oh, and you can see off the left-hand side of the screen, hit is boosted up. It gets a clean shot onto him. So Chris J now taken down for the 2nd round in a row. And remember, I think someone bought him that op, if I'm not mistaken. It was Legisia's. So you saw Legesia actually not buy head armor last time, saving up some money for him. And now, 2 rounds in a row, he's been taken down with the AWP in hand. And that is not a good sign when you kind of rely on him to lock down a certain area with the op.
And it looks like Legia will be trying to pick up where Chris J left off, and he's going to do the job there. Takes down Hit and brings it back to that 4v4. But the T side of Key are doing very well. They're being kind of underestimated at times, it seems, by mousesports, or at least Chris J with these very aggressive peaks. But then again, that's his style. He likes to kind of do that sort of stuff. He goes for these unorthodox shots that most people wouldn't hit. But, you know, Key are keeping up. They're playing quite a passive game. They're not challenging openly. We saw that one peak earlier on from Hit, and he kind of got taken down eventually. But all in all, they're playing very cautiously and slowly building towards A, it seems.
And right now, Scrunk, I'm just going to be peeking through door here and actually making himself known with that little bit of an opening. But the Hit's going to come on A again. 5th round in a row, they're going for it. Smokes, flashes, everything coming in right now. Perfectly set up for this one. And Ali gets an easy shot on a swirl. Picks up one, picks up a second on Odo. Fantastic shot. Looking for number 3. He gets that as well. And now the 4th one not going to come in. But Nookie finally coming around, picks up the kill. And that, you cannot allow that to happen. You cannot allow one man to kill 3 of you like that inside sight.
That second shot was pretty damn good. You got to give credit where it's due. That was pretty damn good. But a mistake from the T's to completely ignore that spot.
Yeah.
We've seen, you know, normally I think it's Tabson, if I'm not mistaken, sitting towards the backside of A, and then we'll see, you know, Legija coming across to support. But there's always been one player there. We are seeing a full-on E-code upside, double AWP in play for mousesports. Could be dangerous, you know. Especially with these pistols, we might see some damage. There's a couple of deagles in there. Oh, excuse me, just one. Got to be a little careful. Mouse do not want to lose any weapons at this sort of point, and especially with 2 of those AWPs in play. And
really interesting play out of Mouse. They sent 3 men towards this B site here, and I believe they actually boosted. Yeah, they boosted Taps inside the vents, pushes through, picks up a kill as well. So they're definitely reading into this one perfectly. Didn't lose a single man or a single point of HP. So they pick up their 5th round now. But again, I'm really curious why Key has only attack this A side. They're not controlling middle either. They're not. They attempted to once. We saw Hit pick up a nice shot on a Chris J, but eventually did get dropped to Legija. But they're not even thinking about the B site, and that kind of worries me. Obviously, B's a little bit hard to get into since you only have technically one direction unless you can control that middle. But either way, they need to change things up because it's not working for them currently.
No, definitely not. And we are seeing the CT side utilizing this. Tabson's gone quite aggressive through mid. He's got quite far pushed up, and around the back, Alu could be in trouble this time, but he's right in that smoke. He's got Legia to come around and support him, this time flashing himself in, looking for a way through. The mollies are coming down, but Alu's still alive. Oh my god, he's still there. He's still there, but MW knew it. He took him down finally. Legia will fall to the same fate, and we're seeing those smokes still in place. But I think that bomb's going to go down, and they're making something out of this round.
Well, but they just lost 2 men very quickly here. Nookie getting taken on as well. Taps and Chris J, the last 2 standing. You see Chris J just trying to spam away with the op. He's actually right on top of someone, but he can't actually hit the shot, and he misses another. Chris J, what's up with him today? He hasn't hit, I think, more than 2 op shots so far, and he's had it up 3 or 4 rounds now.
Certainly not looking good for him. He's still on 7-4. Let's keep in mind.
Yeah, he's still doing good.
But it's just the AWP play's not happening really for him. But, you know, that time around, different play from Key. They made sure they found where Alu was. They know that he's been over on that side. They know that he tucks himself away in these corners. And they picked him up. And smart play from MW to not just kind of ignore him in the smoke, as a couple of his teammates even passed him. But still, smart, well played out round. That's what they need. And 5-2 is not a bad scoreline. They're doing the damage, and as you said, Chris J not being on form could be something to do a little with that on occasion. You know, normally you can depend on him to pick up these ridiculous shots, and he will open up that time finding Scrunk, so that's the AWPer down for Key, but...
They're letting him run around everywhere, like...
There's no pressure.
I'm really surprised they didn't have anyone pushed up inside of the B halls right there just to kind of contest him a little bit earlier on. They try to contest from T spawn, which is always really awkward. But right now, it seems like Key's giving them too much respect. They're not trying to challenge them when they should. And I believe mousesports, they did decently well at G3. Oof. But considering they just played the entire weekend, I would think they might be out of form right now. And I think Key's just giving them too much respect currently to play like this.
It might just be the way Key play though. Let's keep that in mind. They could be just a passive, slow side that like to take their time with these things, and mousesports will read it and abuse that. And at the moment, we have seen Legia picking him up through mid there, so already taking down a couple of these guys, and the bomb is down and ticking, so at least Key have that. But now Suelo would have to go 1v3 to pick this one up, and he's pretty much locked in on this site.
He is. Does spot out Nookie though. Doesn't kick with any shots right there, and Legia will pick that up. So that will be round number 6 here on the side of mousesports, and they're looking strong. I mean, not as strong as they did versus Virtus Pro, but they're still winning nonetheless. 6-2 scoreline's not bad here after 8 rounds. You
got to say though, this is the first game of the day maybe for Mouse coming into this in the group stages. They may have played a little bit before. There's going to be a little bit of a different feel around things, when you're coming up against the likes of Virtus Pro or when you're playing Key.
That's
you know what I mean? Like, they'll be going 100% for that other game. Here they might be slowing down a little and just saying, okay, let's just play as we normally do. Let's not give away anything. Let's try and play cards close to the chest here. Let's just take it as we need to. There's no need to kind of bring out the A-game strats. Just play smart, play responsive and reactive to everything that Key do, and they're doing just fine with that. They might get caught out a little bit if they keep going over aggressive because they know that Key play this passive style. But at the moment, tabseN, they're landing the shot, so there shouldn't be too much of an issue until that stops happening. And Hit did expect tabseN to push. He got the shot, and it looks like they might be actually hitting the A side where there's that 3-man stack once again.
Nuki again, just fantastic shot coming up and picks up one. Just straight the smoke. Look for a second. He gets Odo down to about 20 HP, but it's a kind of a shoddy buy up here as Odo only has that P250 and head armor. But you can see they stopped their push. Right now, KPV going to play it a little bit slower. And we can see they're finally controlling middle. This is what I want to see them do the entire time. They're starting to work up short. They're looking to hit the site from multiple directions here, and this could work out so well for them.
It really could do. And there we go. Odo can now come in, use that questionable choice of a buy or not. And, well, it did a little bit of damage, but regardless, Alu just sat on site with Nuki, created the crossfire that they needed, and they got the job done. And you're right, though. They had the correct intentions, it seems, to actually start working through mid like he wanted and then pressure them. But I'm pretty sure the mousesports were super aware of that because Chris J was already watching mid. Everyone was already turned around that these rotates coming out from Key seem a little slower. So you can see the mousesports just immediately go, okay, well, now we know what they're doing. Let's just get straight on that. Maybe if they sped up a bit, it could work out for them, but they are just onto that eco, and I think we know how this one's going to go.
Not in their favor. Definitely not. Well, we'll pick up one kill. Odo connects on a tabseN here, but I think that's going to be it pretty much, though. Just only losing out on one man. You can see they have a decent amount of money spent as well here for Mouz, so even losing one round won't hurt them too much, at least buying up a couple of guns. But again, I want to go over this, like, I mean, there's a little bit of a lull in the action, but just how mousesports doesn't seem to care about controlling middle because Key's not contesting at all, and that's, to me, that's like the key of the map is if you control middle, you control basically anywhere you want to go. They've been in B once now and got the bomb plant down. The rest of the times it's been at that A site here, and grenade connecting with Hit right there. And again, they're just stalling for time. MW and Odo, last two standing here, and not for much longer, I would imagine.
No, down very low. Should be clear and easy shots for whoever comes around the corner first, pretty much. Odo did do a little bit of work early on, but now down to 10 HP. Not much more going to happen from it, I think.
All right, well, at least they're buying some time here. I mean, they're trying to work off any kills. They're trying to just, I guess, hurt the economy somehow at mousesports instead of just rushing and kind of dying. But they're down 25 seconds here. They have to go for something. And you're not going to save a Glock and a P250 when you don't even have armor to back that up with. So I'd imagine they're going to push out middle here and probably get cleaned up here and just or he'll fall to his death. I just want to stay on him just to... just so he lives
remember
at that one.
Just remember that moment. Majestic.
That hurts.
Even tabseN's just like, what? How?
Well, one thing we've been seeing is mousesports puts usually Chris J in this general area or even tabseN, and then we see them just have two at the A site, usually one back towards quad, one towards forklift. But if you just control middle here, you smoke them out here, you can push up short and hit from 3 different directions that they're just not doing. They're trying to go for 2 every single time, but when they do that, they constantly get wiped out and they can't pick up the right angles. And again, I want to see them work middle more because mousesports isn't even trying to contest it here, but they're actually shoving it through main right now. And that's going to be Alu here. He's already down to 34 HP. And he will be forced back. But the A hit coming in a little bit quicker, like you're saying. Maybe a little bit more aggressive player that might net them some rounds here. And, well, Suelo will pick up the first kill.
Certainly do have a foot in the door towards the side. Chris J does go very low as well. And my God, Nuki comes around, does get a couple, but Suelo is on point at the moment. I think he's already on 3. He's pretty much solo picking up this side. There's the 4th. tabseN, the last man standing, 1v2 now. He's going to put out something quite impressive. Scrunk gets that bomb down. Suelo the first to peek. tabseN moves in. Flash and a smoke still available. Scrunk turns his back. Suelo watching. tabseN gets it. 1v1 now. tabseN playing Ring of Roses. He's going to come around. He gets the shot, but does he have the time? I think he does. tabseN picking up the 1v2 and denying any chance of Key for getting that fantastic round from Suelo on the board.
That was a big morale hit, I think, for Key. Just the fact that you got in the site, you had 2 or 3 people still alive, and you got wiped out. I mean, that should not happen. It's a shame for Suelo that he couldn't pick up his ace right there, but again, he was peeking from an angle that he couldn't see the top side of the crates right there. And well, either way, 9-2 now here for mousesports. I guess it's kind of what we expected out of mousesports to pretty much win this, or at least be the favorites in this one. But I'm hoping for Key to pick up a couple more rounds. And finally, they're pushing middle. They're finally doing it here. But can they control it? And it looks like they will pick up the first kill.
So brute force seems to be paying off for now at least, but will they keep going through mid? Are they going to break off towards B? Where are they going to fully commit to? Chris J has found his position now. He's going to come around and find Scrunk. It looks like B's the side they want to get towards. Odo has found two. Great work towards Legesia. Takes him down. That's going to open up the site magnificently, leaving Alu and Nuki a long way to rotate from.
Alu from upper trying to look for a pick here. Maybe stop the plant from getting down the bomb. Finally making its way into the site. Nuki actually charging straight forward. Picks up 2 quick kills and a third. What is happening? You had the site. Why are you not planning? Why are you not protecting the angles here? The last man will be hit. He's now in a 1v1 here, but Alu cleans it up. And again, stuff like that should not happen. Nuki should not be able to rush into the site, pick up 3 kills like that, and completely blow the round back in mousesports' hands.
Sheer confidence from Nuki just to go in like that. That's unbelievable.
Well, look at the scoreline.
Yeah, 19-4. You don't really blame him, but all in all, you know, it's surprising that the T-side just couldn't lock that down at all. Why was the bomb not planted? Why were they taking so long? They did that great work through mid early on, like you noticed. They took down, I think it was Tabson first.
And Chris J right after.
Yeah, quick rotate in. Chris J did get there, picked up 1, and went down straight away. So all in all, it went perfectly until, you know, the basics of plant the bomb comes into question. It just went terribly wrong. So we will be seeing them back on pretty much an eco, 1 CZ and a Deagle. It should be comfortable work for Mouz. They shouldn't lose players here, really. I think they can lock this one out pretty comfortably, and Tabson's doing just that.
Yeah, he came in from the backside. Actually, Ali will pick up a nice little kill right there as well, and Tabson just not hitting the kill. They go for the knife! Little BM, but they get it nonetheless. Pick up another round, but again, one thing I want to point out is that we did see Odo. He pushed up middle. Oh, wrong button. He just walked up middle, and he sat right behind this box, the big box in middle, and he wasn't even spotted. No one was contesting him yet again. And he was able to just completely walk through there. I'm going to start harshing on the middle push, but either way, 11-2 scoreline is currently what it's at, and we're going to see if Chris J, actually, sorry, Tabson is actually controlling middle. Can do anything about this. He hears them pushing in through A. He hears them going through main. This is not a good sign here for Key.
No, look how quickly they're rotating. Legia, Nuki already coming across towards this site. I think they're leaving Chris J a little bit further back, but everyone else is there and waiting because these hits are coming in so expected, so slowly that Nuki can just get in on the side, but they are getting the execution, but Nuki finally goes down. He could have been a real nuisance there, but at the moment, Key have got themselves to the site. The smokes were perfect, and now Chris J, the last man who was over by B the entire time, does make his way through, but this is the execution I wanted to see coming out from the T side. They're doing it, but can they hold on to it this time?
Oh, he's been able to pick up 1 kill. He's got 3 more to go, though. They don't have much health to work with, and he's constantly getting flashbanged here, so they should be able to hold on to this long enough. They can never put anything past Chris J. Gonna spot out 1 man. Won't get the kill on the Scrunk. And finally, Key, after how many rounds now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 rounds, they finally pick up 1.
I just like them actually committing to that. You know, once the smokes are in, they went for it, and boom, there you go.
And the thing is, look at the actual rounds, how they won. Out of the 14 so far, 2 of them have been from defuses. Like, that just shows you that mousesports, like you said before, feels so confident. They're just going for the frags, not even worried about playing the bomb or anything like that, or Key are just struggling that hard to even get a bomb plant down.
Well, Alu's got the AWP, and he's looking the right way. He's going a little aggressive. I think he's taking a eye out of the Chris J book, and, well, Alu's actually landing them. That's the first. That's the second. Alu goes in for the third. Not going to find it. It's going to be Tabson. As now we are seeing the real pressure and control coming out from mousesports, and just sending Key back to the drawing board.
Suelo, last man standing here. Currently second on his team in frag. Actually, has the top on the frags. Second on the scoreboard here. And they know exactly where he is. He's going to get flanked from all different directions. There's nothing you can do. You can just pray to pick up 1 kill here. He's actually going to push straight through the door. But we'll get taken on the last. 12-3 in the end of the first half here. mousesports, the commanding lead. Not to mention Nuki at 22-5 here. 15-6 here for Alu. And Chris J, a measly 11-10.
For Chris J. Let's put it that way. Anyone else would be pretty okay with that. Like, oh, I did above average. I did okay. For Chris J, it's like, well, you're underperforming. How could you? But no, all in all, 12-3. It's kind of what we expected, if we're honest here. Let's be serious. Some good rounds came in for Key. They looked okay once they fully committed, got those smokes in, and just, you know, all kind of stacked it out. But there wasn't much else to them. They never really hit the B site well, apart from that one time where they didn't get the bomb down, which was the bigger problem, and Nuki just ran in. It just seemed a little bit one-dimensional. But then again, you know, maybe that's just the power of mousesports. They are very a pressurizing team. They do like to kind of get in your faces a little bit there, and they have the key, you know, the players to kind of back that up.
I feel like because of the aggression that they were putting out, you know, very early on in the rounds, you know, rushing pretty quickly, I think it caught Key off guard a little bit. They weren't really able to get set up the way they wanted to, because when Key executed a strategy, they were able to get into the site successfully. Now, holding it was a little bit of a different story, but they could get in there, and that was the hardest part that they were really struggling with. But either way, swapping sides here. Now, Key at 3 rounds on the second half here. They have to come out big. They have to win this pistol round to really have any sort of chance of winning up this game. And right now, look at this. mousesports rushing straight towards the B side here. Chris Shea going to be leading the charge. And they will get actually flashed out here, but I don't know if they can pick up anything. Odo out in the corner. We'll take down one, but he gets dropped immediately here by Alu. And now Hit in the back of sight going to be looking for a second kill here. But again, mousesports just swarming all over the site. And Hit and CT will just be dropped while he's reloading. Or no, maybe he's going to survive for a little bit longer. Gets a kill on the Legesia, but he can't stay alive much longer. He has to get taken out. What a shot of Nookie. He's going to come around and pick up a fourth kill of the round. How does that happen? They saw him reloading, and they didn't rush him down. They die. Maybe that was just cockiness out of mousesports. Yeah, I don't know. That was odd.
Well, looking at this round, they're happily getting the CZs, the armor, and they're already ready to challenge. And I think he are going to be careful because quite genuinely, mousesports got close. A mistake, I think, cost them that initial pistol. So now you've got to be a little more worried because mousesports look like they mean a little bit more business here. But where are they actually heading to start off with the T side?
They want to hit this A side here, and they're actually all working through main. Like I said before, 4 people with head armor, Chris Shea without any. They have the Deagle on the hands of him, and they're going to rush straight into the side here. Soylo won't be spotted over towards quad. We'll pick up his first kill, looking for number 2, but Chris Shea finally turns around, picks up a kill, and another shot. As you can see, just a glimpse on your screen onto MW. And now Hit will take down Chris Shea, but he won't stop the bomb plant.
Chris Shea, the glass cannon pretty much with that Deagle, no armor. But here we go. Retake comes into effect. 3v2 after plant. Let's see if they can get this one. Hit moving in. He's the man that finally stopped Chris Shea. Can he find any more? Legesia has stopped Crunk, and now just one man stands. And that was Legesia, not for much longer. So Diffuse should come in pretty comfortably. And there we have it. So they did manage to maintain that round, but it was quite close.
They made it really expensive for Key, too.
Yes. Yes. Also, guys at home, do you want the sound in-game a little louder? Let me know. I can bump it up a little bit. Do give us feedback, and I'll make sure it is adjusted. But Key, 5 rounds now. Starting to build back into this. We still see the glass cannon with Chris J and those CZs.
Well, the other Deagle, his other op is his Deagle.
That's very true.
I think they made the actual sticker for him.
I wouldn't even be surprised.
Well, either way, like I said, the Deagle in hand. Picked up 2 clean kills with it last round, so definitely could do a lot of work with it yet again here. They're going to be pushing in towards this A site one more time through main. Chris J actually be working in through door. Flashes, smokes, everything coming out. And we'll rush straight in here. Molotov's being thrown as well. Swilla picks up a kill here. Chris J looking from door into forklift. And we'll spot one man on top ration. What a shot on the Hit. Gets a backflip off of that one. Now taps the inside sight. We'll pick up a kill on the MW with that CZ. The pistol that I really hate. But now it's a 4-on-3, and again, this is gonna be expensive. Odo finally responds with a kill on the Legesia, but it's a 3-on-3 now, and mousesports have at least one gun in hand.
They do, and it is in Tabson's hand, so it's certainly a dangerous player to be keeping in this. Chris J still with that Deagle. Here comes a push from these guys. Chris finds one. Brilliant work. Won't get the second. Otto stops. And now 1v2. It's down to Tabson. He's got the Famas. He gets the tag. Goes back in with the CZ. Picks up the kill. Time is running very low for those CTs, and they know it. There we go. Tabson turns it on a dime. Picks up the third and secures the round for Mouz.
Wow. And Chris J, I mean, again, opening up that side, picking up that clean kill. He probably should have gotten the second one as well when they ran through him, right when he's by the smoke. But either way, getting the kills nonetheless here. And finally, mousesports, they turn around and eco round. Kind of a partial buy, but only with pistols and armor. And now, Key, going to be forced on the eco here. They don't have a lot of money to spend. Next round, obviously, they can buy up. But again, mousesports are getting the economy built up. They're getting momentum back. And they don't even care about shots. They're just pushing straight into sights here. Ooh. Luke getting dinked up there, down to 43 HP.
Yep, flashes coming through. We're seeing Key now making that quick
All
rotate.
behind you, Chris.
Tabson and Chris doing the work, but Hit does find at least one shot towards Tabson, but as you said perfectly, they are making this very expensive for Key, even on the rounds they pick up, but bomb now down, T-side set up. I'm wondering if they can hold it substantially better than we saw Key doing not too long ago. We'll have to wait and see as Swalo peeking in with the CZ. Lydia is on site, and carefully done by Hit. Not much connecting, and then it all connects. Alu and Legia pick up the shots. MW, last man alive, and not for long as Chris J finds him. And even though the T's went low, they held the round, and they go down the board.
And you saw the difference in the strategy between Mouz and Key when they hit that B site. They put smokes down, got the bomb plant right away. I mean, yeah, it was a little bit interesting to see mousesports. They actually rushed the smoke that one round we saw. I think it was Nookie pick up 3 kills. But nonetheless, they set up, executed, and got the bomb down in time. And right now, Hit going to be running with the op here this time. Actually, here's to see what he can do. He's actually peeking on middle. He's getting smoked and flashed out here, so won't really be able to accomplish too much here. But again, mousesports, they're controlling middle. This is exactly what Key didn't do in the first half. And Legisha, fantastic shot coming in from him, picks up hit.
Key really need to work it out now. It's do or die time there. It's a best of one, let's keep in mind here. It's all going to come down onto these next couple of moments, next couple of kills. And look how far Mouz are pushing. They're utilizing mid as you wished Key would have done so, but Otto and Scrunk have picked up a couple. mousesports, though, reply with 3 of their own, leaving only just MW alive. He's got a great shot towards Legia, but still has Alu very low and Nuki to locate. Bomb is down by B. And Alu is on the rotate round the back. This is big play. And
I think he's going to knife it, isn't he?
I wouldn't be surprised, but he may just want to get this round. And there we go. Alu will just get it. Get them onto match point. Play the smart game. Bearing in mind, Alu was down to, what, 10 HP. And just well played through and through for mousesports on 15-5 match point.
All right, so round number 21. I kind of didn't expect it to end this quickly here. I was hoping to see Key put up a little bit more of a fight so far. But again, they still have another chance. It's 2 losses to be out, 2 wins to be put through into the playoffs here. And we'll be watching middle with the scout. Unfortunately for him, they don't care about that. They're actually all rushing towards that B site here. Scrunk and Oda going to be the 2 men inside to hold on to this, which is actually tag along with Scrunk here as he's in the back of site. See if he can do anything about this. Tabson will take down his partner Odo. He'll get dinged up inside as well. And with that 5-7, he's doing a little bit of work. Looking for the kill to Tabson. He can't connect with the shots though, and Legisha isn't even looking towards him as Hit comes in with the scout headshot, and Skunk is still alive.
Don't ask me how, but he is. But for how long? Oh my word, he pushes out, finds Tabson, goes for more. Spamming away, Alu finally shuts him out. MW round the back with the deagle, comes around, binds Alu there, holding on by the thinnest of threads. But Chris J and Nuki still with the AK, with the AWP. Surely gonna secure this. Bomb down loose, and Chris J not landing the shots means Swalo will come in and do the job, leaving Nuki in a 1v3. He did it before on this site. Don't tell me he can do it again. Gets the first 1v2. Has the bomb, 43 seconds. Hit up above, Swalo down below. Oh my word, Nuki gets the second. He now knows where the third is. This could be his round.
Could be, and Swalo, I mean, he has to come up big here. The pressure's on for him. He's going to get the shot on a Nuki. At least we'll spot him out in time here. But Nuki, 27 seconds to go, 28 HP. And he's looking for the jumping scout headshot. Oh my god. Nuki's coming around the corner here. Swalo, he won't get hit for this one. That smoke will come in, so buy him a little bit of time. The bomb should get planted, I would imagine. And Swalo is going to go big with the shot. Look to your left. He spots him out.
Reload, the reload. Nuki, the timing on it. He reloaded just as Swalo came across, and he did pick it up. So defuse will come in, but that I can imagine Swalo was a little nervous, to say the least, in that sort of situation.
Nervous for him.
Yeah, butterflies, man, butterflies. It's not where you want to be at that sort of point, but maybe prolonging the inevitable more than anything. But they do get around on the board, 15-6. Considering this is such a strong map for like a mousesports, I still want to keep my eye on Key going forward because I think we know this one is almost done and dusted. As much as I do like to give the whole fake hype of there could be a comeback, I don't think it's going to happen. But still, it's not a bad performance, but mousesports are clearly the superior team.
Yeah, true. It's 15-6. I
Yep.
mean, it's just a great show by mousesports so far. A lot of potentially good rounds coming out of Key. We saw a couple of glimmers of hope out of them, but I think it's just a little bit too late for them to really start to turn it on here. And I believe mousesports working up middle yet again. Tabs going to be pushing up short. And we'll get the first kill on a Nuki here. We'll even spot out Chris J as well. So they'll pick up 2 quick kills. And this is a buy run out of mousesports. Legia finally picks up the kill on MW. And Alu finally pushing through vents. And will eventually pick up the kill on Odo there. It was a little close. Well, too close for comfort. Now it's a 2-on-2 here. And as you can see, Scrunk coming in from behind him. Alu and Legia working towards that A site.
Hit needs to play this one smart as well. The bomb's going down. They need to make sure they take this one on. They can't leave it. They can't turn away. They have to find this challenge. Alu and Legia, 2 standing for the T side. They've got rounds to play with. They've got time. But Scrunk and Hit do not. Hit has found one. It's down to Alu now, 1v2. And there we go. Scrunk maintains it, keeps it on point. They didn't lose out. They kept the AWP. They kept the M4, and they should get the defuse. Key are not doing, they're not rolling over and dying just yet. They're still in this game.
They very are. And I mean, it's going to come up to them winning the next 8 rounds to stay in it. Yes, 8 rounds.
Yeah.
I try to make sure I math correctly in my head. I mean, it is possible. It is always possible. Again, very unlikely for what we've seen so far in Mousesports. But if Mousesports keep messing around, if they keep messing around, I feel like they might even potentially be doing that. Then that could actually cost them the game here.
But then again, I have to point out Otto, occasionally, he's not probably at the top of the scoreboard, but every now and then he will pick up such important kills. We saw the double last round coming out from him. He took another player very low, eventually died in those vents. But he's been doing this consistently, and he's actually playing very well for where he's at. He's generally on his own or kind of soloing around a site, so he's on B. Does have a player with him that time of Skrunk, but still. Mousesports up on the eco. You got to still be careful for Key here. This could be all over if they just push out together, Mouse, and they get the shots they desperately needed.
Well, they're smoking everything up right now, as you can see. Suela will pick up the kill on Legesia, but Chris Shea getting the burn on Suela will eventually take him down. They have the site now with the second kill coming on NW.
This is
and they're going to have the bomb plan. Don't tell me they're going to win on an eco here. It's actually going to pick up another kill. Skrunk gets taken down here. Bomb gets put down as well, and now it's up to Hit and Odo yet again, at least in the hands of Hit here. With the op in hand, and Odo coming up catwalk. It's going to be very tough to take this back. You can even see them just jumping up and down.
And they got guns and armor. It's gone worse.
Oof.
Hit with a nice bit of work towards Nuki. They need to be quick here. Let's bear in mind that clock is ticking against them. The bomb is not going to defuse itself, and those two T players are just waiting this one out.
Oh, the nades coming in, doing some... Actually, the flash is coming in. Sorry, Tapson picks up a kill on Odo, and he's got to get the bomb defuse here. But it won't matter. Mousesports will pick up the round and secure themselves at least a spot now into the winner's bracket half of the Group B playoffs, I guess you can call them. And again, I mean, it was nice to see Key finally start to pick up a couple of rounds. They got 7 in total, but Mousesports clearly the better team yet again. And not to mention, I mean, Mousesports, I'm 100% sure on this. They've won 3 out of the 4 cups. I'm not sure on cut number 2 because I actually can't see the results, unfortunately. But I believe they did win that one as well against Playing Ducks. So you're going up against like the full-time winner, like we saw with Battlefield. Fnatic winning every single cup and then just stomping everyone in the playoffs. They're the team to beat. And if we're to look at the groups and think about the second place potentially, I think Key is actually one of the teams that could probably pull it off because you have Death Energy and MTW to look at as well.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of potential there, I think, for Key. On the CT side, they looked way more comfortable. They kind of got a little frustrated once those CZ round, Deagle rounds came in. Chris J with the Deagle, obviously, very hard to handle. It's true after the plant. They just really locked down that the site, the A site, and they just watch every angle, and they make sure it's a close range affair. You can't get to them at any range, and they just play the pistol out very well for Mousesports. Let's bear in mind, they won Cash 16-9 against Virtus Pro.
True. if
you want to look at it that way in results, which don't really match, but in theory, Key can keep up. Yeah, it's stretching, but it's. But the point is, they did pick up a good amount of rounds. Mostly on the CT side, I felt they could have been more comfortable. Sadly, they didn't start there.
That's
Starting
true,
on the T, I think they kind of got worked down a little bit. Only walking away. Was it 3 rounds?
I think
and
it's
a half?
12 to 3.
Even just mentally, then you lose the pistol. You're almost out of it.
Yeah.
It's a hard game to turn around at that point. But to come back to get those 9 rounds, they looked comfortable at points. They looked like they were building a little. They'd slowed them down, but that CZ play, even the Deagle play, Mouse never looked weak when they're on the T side. It doesn't matter if they had guns or not. They always seem to have a plan.
And one big thing that kind of worried me, at least for Key in that one, was we didn't see them adapt much.
No, they were very linear.
They were like, let's hit A. Let's hit A. Let's
German
keep hitting
efficiency.
A here. We'll make it eventually.
Don't need creativity. Just be efficient.
It doesn't work, though. I mean, it didn't work against Mousesports. And again, on CT side, they were a lot more comfortable. They played a lot better, but there wasn't adaptation within sites. Like, Mousesports got in the A site a couple of different times. They didn't win the round every single time. But when they did, they still played the same spots. They didn't try to change things up, change where they're smoking or flashing, see how the other team's playing and mix things up. And to me, again, adaptation, I always say this, I think every show I feel like, is the #1 thing to have in a team for me. Because if you can't adapt to the situation at hand, or if you can't adapt over time to new patches coming in, they're not going to be a successful team.
I just think they maybe didn't see what we have the complete vision of everything, and it's very easy to go, well, why aren't they using this? Why aren't they doing that? I think maybe if they look back over their demos, they'll be like, oh Jesus, why the hell didn't we do this? But when you're in the moment, it's kind of hard to constantly keep that up. But still, Mousesports moved through as kind of expected. I think we're all not too surprised by that. But I want to find out who's going to be joining them, either MTW or Death Energy. I'm not sure on the result yet. I haven't actually checked it out. It may have actually happened.
It's not over yet, I believe.
No, it's probably going on the same time, if anything. We had a fairly quick game in a roundabout way. It wasn't exactly a long game. But I think, favourite-wise, it's got to be MTW to come out of that one quite comfortably there. I'd say so, at least. Maybe there'll be a surprise.
I mean,
but
if we want to look at the who beat who kind of thing, Death Energy lost to Team, which we saw yesterday, who didn't really do. They didn't perform well, so it's not a great sign for them.
Team didn't pick up a game.
And not to mention Death Energy.
Sorry, guys.
I believe over time through the cups, they started decently well, but each cup after that they finished worse and worse and worse. So not a good kind of Momentum to
performance
have.
run. Yeah.
Ugh.
But, you know, it's the group stages. How many times do we see that finally teams start building up once they get to the groups and start, you know, getting the results? So
Very true.
maybe there'll be a closer game going on there. I think it's actually being streamed at the moment by the other guys. Maybe 99 Damage is streaming, or I think Senya was streaming it yesterday. So do have a look around, see who else is streaming at the moment. I know there's a couple of German streams out there. So if you do want to have a little look on Twitch TV, you can check it out yourself. Who else is streaming right now?
99 Damage.
So they'll probably be doing the other game. If that's the case, do head over and make sure you check it out. We'll be coming back in with the next game coming up, I believe.
Yeah, I believe it's the winner game, if I'm not mistaken. Mouz
Yeah, it should
versus
be.
the winner of MTW and Death Energy. So guys, we'll go a quick little break here. When we come back, we're going to have that game underway, and we'll see you then.